Okay, hey you guys, my name is Micah Josie. I am a realtor and interior designer here in Austin, Texas, and today I'm giving you the 5 best suburbs here in Austin. This comes from my humble and expert opinion. You know, I know the area so well. I'm in and out of all of these towns every single day, every week. So these are my top 5. So let's get going, you guys. Okay, hey you guys, so like I said, my name is Micah Josie. I am a realtor and interior designer here in Austin, and I am excited for this video. So honestly, this is like the most asked question that I get when people are thinking about moving here. They're like, what are the best spots outside of town? You know, they're gonna be working in Austin, but they'd like a little bit of room in the yard for their kids, their dog, whoever. And so these are my top 5 suburbs. So let's just dive right in. Okay, so looking at the map, you can see Austin is obviously right there in the center with all of the major freeways kind of spider webbing out like most major cities do. So you can see up north on 35 is Round Rock, is one of my favorites. And then to the northwest, Leander, Cedar Park. And then in the west with the gorgeous lake views is Lakeway. And then down south, headed towards San Antonio, is Kyle. So I'm gonna kind of give you a little detail about all of these and why they are my favorites. So let's just get started with Leander. So Leander is one of my favorites because it has so many new homes going in there. I've done a lot of videos on Leander. I'm a little bit partial because I happen to live here, but it is great. So there's tons of new homes. You know, you can, there's houses starting at $350,000 going all the way up to, you know, I mean, a lot. You can kind of, there's a good range of houses in Leander. And honestly, it's just got a lot of hill country views. You know, most of the hills in Austin kind of stick to the west side and more Westlake, Lakeway, Bee Cave areas, but Leander's got some views and hills of its own. So one of my favorite neighborhoods that I recommend people is Treviso. I did a whole video on that neighborhood and it is gorgeous. So if you're looking for hill country views, but still an easy commute, I would recommend Treviso. So the schools in Leander are highly rated. They are A+ or A, depending on the year. I think this year they're A+. There's 2 high schools, Glen and Leander High, both very great schools and highly rated. And it's just, honestly, it's such a great area. So highly recommend. This and Cedar Park are on 183. So if you're thinking about these areas and you're commuting to downtown, consider that 183 is a toll road, which is nice because you can drive really fast, but they do charge you to drive on it. So just an FYI, but it's still one of my favorites. Okay, the next one on the list is Cedar Park. So Cedar Park is great. It's got every place you really need to eat or want to eat and all the good shopping. So if you live in Leander, you might find yourself going to Cedar Park fairly often just because it's kind of where all of the stores are at. So there's great shopping, great food. The schools are highly rated. There's 2 high schools, Vista Ridge and Cedar Park High School. They are A-rated this year, and they're in Leander ISD. So it's a great school district. So one thing I love about Cedar Park is there's some older homes mixed with some newer homes. So the older ones, you know, have their established trees and it's gorgeous. With that cedar, it may make your allergies act up, but it sure is pretty. And then in Cedar Park, there's also the HEB Center, which is an event center. They have concerts there. Last week, I think I drove by and the circus was there, which I thought was kind of fun. I wanted to go, but I didn't have a ticket. So they do have a lot of fun stuff there. And so it's nice to know that there may be a concert just right 5 minutes down the block and it won't be hard to get to. One of my favorite neighborhoods is the Ranch at Brushy Creek. Homes there start at 600 and go up from there. It's a gorgeous neighborhood. It kind of is close to Round Rock, but it's a gorgeous, neighborhood. So let's hop over to Round Rock. Okay, so Round Rock is right to the east of Cedar Park. It's directly above Austin off of 35. And honestly, Round Rock is less of a suburb, more of its own town at this point. It's huge, and it has everything you need. So amazing Tanger Outlet Mall that's got all of the stores and everything. Honestly, Round Rock's huge. You know, you can drive for 30 minutes and still be in Round Rock. It seems like there's a lot of gorgeous established neighborhoods, but then there's also new ones coming. So it's great to have that kind of mix of stores. So it kind of is on both sides of 35 and there's tons of ins and outs. It touches up with Cedar Park. So it's a great area. The schools are highly rated. One of my favorite things is just there's so many trees in Round Rock, neighborhoods with gorgeous big trees that are just kind of stately, and I love it. So it is a great area. I would highly recommend. So now we're gonna head west and go to Lakeway. So this is where, if you want the gorgeous lake views, if that's what you love about Austin, then I would highly recommend Lakeway. It is such a great area. It's right off of 620, and you're looking at Lake Travis, most of the city. It's gorgeous. The schools are highly, highly rated. They are A+, Lake Travis ISD, and it's a great commute to town. So if you're working downtown, it's a 20-minute commute. It's pretty easy. And it's gorgeous through there. You kind of have views of downtown at some points. You can see it, but you're in the hill country and you've got those gorgeous views. And there's some older parts of Lakeway that in the neighborhoods, you can see deer just going through like all the time. It's really pretty. And then there's also some new homes in Lakeway. So if you're interested about Lakeway, give me a call. I can give you recommendations on where I think would be a good fit for you, but it is one of my favorites. Okay, last but certainly not least on my list is Kyle. So Kyle is on 35 South. It's kind of headed towards San Antonio, and it's such an adorable town. They have a downtown area that's got all of these shops and cute things. One of my favorite neighborhoods in Kyle is Plum Creek. So if you're thinking about living there or want to see it, highly recommend. It's one of my favorite neighborhoods to go to in Austin because they have white picket fences and kind of these older style homes, even though they're new. And it's just a really great neighborhood. I can't say enough about it. I'll show you all a little picture of it, but it's gorgeous. So the schools in Kyle are B rated. So that's not A rated, but they're not horrible. So they're still pretty good schools. It's close to San Marcos. So San Marcos is directly below Kyle, which is a college town, but it also has amazing shopping. And it also has its own little downtown area where you can do shopping and farmers markets and all of that. Kyle's in a great spot because say your spouse or your roommate or whomever that lives with you works in San Antonio, but you work in Austin, this is kind of a great spot to end up. You can commute to both pretty easily. San Antonio would be a little bit farther, but it's not too bad. So I recommend Kyle if you're kind of going to different commutes. So highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite suburbs. And honestly, there's really no suburb in Austin that I just don't like. So it's hard to make this list, but these are my top 5. So if you have any questions or are thinking about moving to Austin, please give me a call. My number is in the description box. And so let me know if I can help in any way, make your move easier. But I hope you're having a great day, and I will see y'all next time. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Okay.